How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Ottawa Senators franchise mode, and we are ready to get to the postseason today. Hopefully into the postseason in a better spot than we are, as we are still chasing the Tampa Bay Lightning by approximately 9 points with a game in hand. So if we can win our game in hand, we'll be 7 points back with 32 games to go, which I think is a very, very good number. But before we go ahead and start this episode, guys, I now have Rybrad merch. You guys can go ahead and get yourself some Rybrad swag. I got mugs, I got hoodies, I got t-shirts. So guys, the link is in the description. If you want to rep some Rybrad swag and help support the channel, you guys can go ahead, purchase something there. I'm absolutely loving this hoodie. It's super comfortable, and I absolutely love it. I'm very, very happy with how things turned out. But now let's get into the actual video here, guys. Like I said, we are 7 points behind the Lightning. If we win our game in hand, total of 9 points right now. Filip Forsberg is doing well, but again, I still think we need a sniper who fits the chemistry on the first line, or we at least need like a superstar overall. Like he may not have to fit the scheme, but he at least has to be really high overall. I mean, our best forward is Tim Stützle, who, don't get me wrong, is playing very, very well with 50 points, but I just think we need that extra somebody to put us over the edge. So if somebody's there at the trade deadline and I've got a chance to go after them, I am going to go after them. But taking a look at the contract situation, we are now at the end of the month here. Forsberg, I'm probably going to want to bring back Forsberg. Brandstrom's probably the more important guy to bring back. Just because, you know, he's younger. Oh God, he wants a lot of money. But we have a lot of money, so why don't I give him 5 years at 8.5? Since he wants to come back, 5 years, 8.5. That sounds about right for a guy like Brandstrom. He's a very, very good defenseman. That's pretty well paid. I don't know what the highest paid defenseman is. I actually could go find that if we go ahead and find what the highest paid defenseman is. Taking a quick look, just all defensemen, 1,512. Highest paid defenseman is making $14.5 million. That would be Drew Doughty. That is ridiculously brutal. But thankfully for them, he is probably going to retire, or they're just going to let him walk. Next up, the next couple guys that probably deserve it are Provorov, who's an 89 at 30. Cal McCarr still got 6 years on a $12.5 million deal, and Rasmus Dahlin there. So they did reset the Erik Karlsson number a little bit. Everybody kind of came close, but I mean, $8.5 million for a guy like Brandstrom. Sticking him right here, right between Chychrun and Hanifin, in that mid to upper 80s, in their later 20s. Yeah, I think that's a great deal if we get him for 8.5. It's interesting. That was the first time I've ever actually looked into saying, hey, what about where do they rank in the league as far as salary? So that was pretty cool, and it's nice to know and put it in some perspective, because I know $8.5 million could be a lot in 2021, but we're in 2027 and the cap's gone up massively. But guys, I think that's all the signing we're going to do. I'm going to wait until we get to the trade deadline to see who's there. Usually there's some top talent at the deadline that we can, you know, maybe acquire for cheaper. Brandstrom did accept his contract, so that's beautiful. And then we go on a 4-game winning streak right afterwards. 5-6-game winning streak, 7-game winning streak. I'm not going to trade action for Robbie Fabry. No, thank you. Another win. Oh, we lose in a shootout, but that's still a point, and we get those wins. We have now surpassed the Lightning in our first place in the division by 7 points, guys. We just turned around a 14-point deficit. Actually, we just turned it around in a 16-point fashion, because we still have a game in hand on the Lightning too. We are 7 points ahead of them. I do not want to screw anything up, but boys, that's looking very, very good. Taking a look at the stats, Colin White now leads the team in points, followed by Brady Tkachuk and Filip Forsberg. All of these guys points per game. All of these guys hopefully going to get hit 30 goals. We take a look just at the forwards here. Stützle with 59, so a little bit disappointing there. Kerfoot with 52, though, is really exciting. Worrell only with 47. He's got 3 more years left on that $7.5 million contract I handed out to him after a lot of haggling, and then Pelletier here with 34. Then it starts to fall off because we've kind of rotated the bottom 6. Action with 2 points, but is a -2. Markstrom's a +2, though. That's good. Josh Williams, I think I might have scratched him. Brad Marchand has only gotten 1 point since we traded for him. I traded for him to be a goal scorer for us and put up points. He's not really doing that ever since I took him off that top line. I completely forgot I traded for Marchand, too. He's kind of a non-factor. But you know what? Let's put him on the power play over Ryan Ellis. Yeah, over Ryan Ellis. I want to get Brad Marchand in. Changing current line. Will he fit? He gets us a +1 over Shabbat. We'll move Forsberg down. There we go. Yeah, he gets us a +1 up there. He's here to put in goals on the power play, and he's going to play on the third line with Brown and Pelletier. So I'm fine with it. If he has to be scratched or moved down, he has to be scratched or moved down. A big game here against the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are actually, they're 14 points behind us. There's no chance in heck that they should be catching us. Like, there's absolutely no chance that they should be catching up to us. The only team I'm worried about are the Lightning, but we have a very, very good, gap on them. So we'll advance today and we'll get into the trade deadline. I am 100% a buyer. I am going for it at the deadline. We are first in the division, and I only want to load up more. Dylan Dubé is a two-way forward. Jonathan Drouin, the 1 year left sniper. Bjorkstrand here, same rating, but cheaper to acquire. So let's see. Bjorkstrand's got 6 years left at $10 million. That is a massive, massive contract. What's his shooting percentage this year? 8.9%. He's never really shot better than that. I mean, yes, he has, like 12%, okay? But my point is, it's not like he's got a massive season under his belt. Jonathan Drouin, also of the Minnesota Wild, whereas the New York Islanders already traded Wallstrom to the Canadiens in exchange for a second, and Kolozov. Jonathan Drouin has 1 year left. And what's his shooting percentage? 14.9%. So he is able to bang home goals. We know that. So, and his cheaper salary would be a little bit better. But Artemi Panarin at an 87 with almost no trade value. There's no trades found. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at Artemi Panarin. His 3 years left at $10.5 million scares me. But he's still an elite player. He fits the bottom six. We know that for a fact that he fits the bottom six, and I don't want to acquire a guy who's only going to fit the bottom six. Offensive defenseman here in Krug. We'll keep looking a little bit further. Oliver Wahlstrom is already gone. Let's take a look at all available players. Dylan Dubé, I'm surprised, is the best guy available. Jonathan Drouin, we don't have any trade found for us. We could get Crosby back. Ryan O'Reilly, which would be a good get, but not really. Simply because he's making a little too much money. There's Tomas Hertl too. Could be a good guy to go after. He's a little bit cheaper. He is a sniper. He's still got some good stats in all of his categories here. His shooting percentage is at 9, but again, he's never really shot all that well. He has been playing on San Jose, which is not helping his points out. He's not getting a lot of distribution there. Obviously, they're still a good team. Columbus just made a trade. They're going to trade a first, Vetterl and Darby, the Islanders, for Dylan Dubé. The number 1 player on the board just went. Wow. Mikhail Grigorenko here is probably a cheap option. He is a sniper. He's top 6. He's 84. He's got a good shot. He potentially fits the... Yeah, and he's shooting really, really well. He shot well in back-to-back seasons here. How many minutes of a night is he getting is my question. He is getting just 11 and 15 minutes a night. He could be a guy I look to go after. There we go. Drouin and Bjorkstrand are still up here at the top. No trades found. I kind of figured that. Zach Werenski. I'm not going to go after defense. I really just think we do need more goal scoring. Is Mikhail Grigorenko available to us? He is for Fistrick in 2/3. A third, Law in a third, Wheeler in 2/3, Law in 2/3, Nazarov in 2/3. I think I'd rather give him like Nazarov and our 2/3, like, yeah, not in the same year, but back-to-back years here, Nazarov or Law. I just want to see what is the difference between those guys. Is there any difference between those two guys? Nazarov here, 68 at 21. Okay, I'm doing this deal. I don't know if it can get worse. Law is the other guy they wanted. He's probably got no value. Law is 18 and 64. Yeah, he's way better. Fistrick, 18-47. Robbie Fabry and Nudavara, I'm going to decline that trade. Jesus. Let me go find, because I can't get Artemi Panarin, just probably because the salary is a little bit too much for us. Did I say Hertl fit the scheme or not? Because Hertl, I mean, he just doesn't score a ton, but he fits the top 6. He has got 1 year left at $6 million. I think would I rather go after Hertl 88 passing, 89 offensive awareness, 88 wrist shot accuracy. Still very good defensively. I can win some faceoffs too. Hornqvist just went, so hold on. We got to quickly figure it out here because I have a sneaking suspicion that these guys might go soon. Grigorenko's making less money. He's got actually a slightly better shot, but he's not as good in the other areas, particularly defensively. So what would it take to get Hurdle? Can I even get Tomas Hurdle? The Colorado Avalanche have made a trade. They are trading Merritt and Nurmi to the Blues in exchange for a third and Rubstov. No trades found for Tomas Hurdle, so that's fine. We'll just make it simple. We'll make it easy. Mikhail Grigorenko, we want to go to Nazarov, edit the trade, get in here, and do the proposed trade this way. We're going to be close to the cap, but it's not a big problem because it'll work fine. Trade accepted. Mikhail Grigorenko is a sniper who fits the top 6 and is now a member of your Ottawa Senators. And now the Anaheim Ducks have made a trade. It's a third, Luotsarainen, and a fourth in exchange for a second and Ranta. That's not Auntie Ranta. That is some random Ranta. Anyway, let's go see if we can find some value players, some high overalls for like really cheap trade value. Maybe those aging guys. You can see, yeah, a guy like Dougie, well, he's 10 point, no chance. Not with that kind of money. Merzlikins is a guy that would be easy to go get, but we don't really need a goaltender. We still have Gibson. First in Otter Eyes for Galchenyuk. Galchenyuk goes, wow, there's a lot of moving at this deadline here, guys. And it's the Detroit Red Wings, so that's not what we want to see. We don't want to see teams around us doing anything. There's Charlie Cole, who's really cheap, and 83. We'd take a third in Lahoe, Reese Chichu, Markstrom, Grieg. How about a fourth in Grieg? I don't think I'm even using Grieg at all. I think Grieg's in the minors. He's playing for Belleville, 81. Charlie Coyle, 83. Fits the fourth line and the penalty kill. He's still a good power forward. I mean, it's a power forward. Wow, he is still really, really good. I'm going to do this deal. That is a great, great value right there for a really, really cheap player who's 83 overall. That's why you got to check these out, guys. You got to see who's available. Jacob Silfverberg, 83 overall. Robin Lehner. Mete's got a little bit more value. There's Kachuk, Lawton. Yeah, see, now we're starting to get the guys that probably are worth their trade value, right? These guys are right around it. Erik Karlsson a little higher than you might hope. Troy Stetcher, yeah. Let's just keep looking here. Nobody really is jumping out to me. This is sort of by overall, so there were a couple more 83s that I thought looked interesting at first glance. We'll take another deeper look at them. A guy like Jacob Silfverberg, but his $6 million contract is kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, these contracts are a little much for my liking. A two-way defender, probably not. Victor Mete, it's 5 years at $4.8 million. Kachuk, the two-way forward, could be a good snag. Same thing with Scott Lawton here. Boris Kachuk, where do you fit? Where would you fit? I don't need him, but he would fit on the third line. You know what? I don't need any more players. I think I'm good with how it is. No trades found. We're not going to find any kind of value here. I'd love to get a guy like Torrey Krug. Absolutely would love to get that. You know, he would fit our third defensive pairing, and he's got one more year left at 6.5, which is not bad, and he's really insane as far as his ratings are concerned. The question is, can I swing it? If we do the skaters matching the block, Gerard is 21. I think I'd almost rather give up Vauclair. Philippe Vauclair, the enforcer. Yeah, I think I'd rather give up Vauclair. We'd be over the league maximum salary cap, meaning we have to dump some salary back on them. Obviously, our contract structure is pretty good. We don't have anybody grossly overpaid. Maybe Brad Marchand. Maybe I should just move on from Marchand. If I could get a chance at Torrey Krug, I just picked up Grigorenko. Formanton is playing in Belleville as a sniper, making $1.5 million. We'd still be over the league maximum salary cap. So let's see. Did they want Marchand? I feel like they wanted. No, they don't want Marchand. But how would we still be over the league maximum salary cap? How? I'm literally under the salary cap right there. Ottawa would be over the league maximums. Okay. Then let me give up Formanton as well. Where is he? Formanton. Come on down. There you are. Thank you. How would we still be over the league maximum salary cap? I don't get it. Oh, they'd have more than... Oh, never mind. they'd have more than 50 skaters in the organization. So skaters matching the block, guys they want to get rid of. They want to get rid of Tyler Myers. That would put us over the salary cap. Just kidding. Let's just find all skaters. Whoever's the cheapest and is on an actual contract here. Actually, that's not a bad Arturi. Now we'd be over the salary cap again? I don't understand how this... How about you guys just retain 0.9 million? They'd have more than 50 players in the organization. I'll keep Formanton. We'd be over the league maximum salary cap. How about you guys just retain like half of his salary? How's that sound? Because he's on a 1-year deal. You guys aren't going to do anything with it anyway. Marchand and Vauclair for Krug. Will it go through? Trade accepted, guys. I did not think we were going to get Torrey Krug half retained, but we did. Torrey Krug is here. The Marchand experiment is done. I know I just moved on to the first power play, came into the deadline, and was like, yeah, actually, no. But things just weren't working out. He was not really what I thought he would be. I thought, we could maybe find a diamond in the rough there. But I am super pumped about that trade. Hanging on to Formanton too. 1 year left on Torrey Krug. We have a really, really good team going into this playoff push here, guys. So Mikhail Grinkarenko has lost some morale. Charlie Coyle's here as well. Guys, I forgot about Charlie Coyle. We got Charlie Coyle too. Let's see. We want, who's scratched? Is anybody scratched? Action is scratched. Let's, I think Williams was really, really bad. Yeah, Williams was not good. We're going to get Williams out. We're going to bring in Action. There we go. Now we just need to figure out Colin White's going up here. Pelletier down there. Worrell up here. Kachuk on the second line. Still getting to +3. Where is Grigorenko? Is Grigorenko in the minors? Tell me I have enough cap space to bring him up, right? Mikhail Grigorenko in the minors. Yikes. NHL, who do I want to send down? I got to send somebody down. It doesn't matter. Lahoe I will send down. Or not. What about Josh Williams? Yes. No? It says we have enough cap space, though. Okay. Roy? If I bury Roy? Uh-oh. Why can I not do that? Reese Chichu going down? Oh, Reese Chichu going down would make it work. So, another player of that caliber? I guess, maybe? Williams. Send him down. Okay. Roy and Williams. So, but not, I don't want to send down Roy. I'd rather send down Lahoe. Send him down. Does not work. Charlie Coyle's so cheap. Yeah, we're really looking at nobody worth sending down. LaPierre. Hendrix LaPierre has actually not been great, so I'll send him down. Williams is already scratched. Grigorenko will take LaPierre's spot. I won't send down Lahoe just yet. Actually, yes, I will. Why not? Confirm. There we go. We did somehow make that work. That was very worrisome. But I'm going to go into edit lines. I just did hit best lines just to see what it would do. Stützle, Kachuk. No, we want Worrell up here. There we go. Grigorenko gets the +1 up here, and I think he's still a good sniper, so we're going to leave him on that first line. Forsberg. God. I don't want to move. Actually, you know what? I will move Forsberg down to play with Pelletier and Coyle, and then, Brown. Coyle, yeah, Coyle can play down there. He's a third-line checking forward. Brown is a third-line checking forward, but I like Brown. We got Markstrom in action there. Wow, guys, this is a deep, deep roster, and we can always shuffle things around if they're not working. Defensively, Shabbat, Brandstrom, Ellis, Krug, Fleury, and Roy. We get a +3 there, but I don't really want to move Krug down at all. I guess I could move him up and get Brandstrom a +3 with Ellis on that middle pairing. I think I might, just to get... I know Krug and Shabbat, they can handle it even without the plus, but Brandstrom and Ellis getting a +3, that's an 90 and an 86. That's pretty insane. And then Fleury and Roy, scratched is Reese Chichu, who I've actually really enjoyed having on the team. So I think I might play Reese Chichu instead. Still getting the +1, it's fine. Reese Chichu, I think I'd rather have him getting the experience and growth. But Mikhail Grigorenko would still get a +3 even if we move Forsberg back up to that first line. That first line is tough simply because Stützle doesn't really fit. Worrell doesn't really fit. It is what it is. So let's go ahead. We got a couple games against the Leafs here coming up. It should be an exciting end of the season. We got 3 games against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hopefully we don't blow those. But we'll go with the last 4 games here. Pelletier. I'm going to persuade. I got a convincing chance. I like the team. He's going to play wherever I need him to. That's what we want to see. That's exactly what we want to see. So we'll dismiss that. And we do beat the Leafs. He's got to apologize, and I'm going to persuade. I got a convincing chance. Is Pelletier going to listen to me? Okay, disagree. Whatever. If he's going to... Yeah. I don't know why it's so cold-hearted there. But anyway, there's some wins. A couple losses in a row is not turning into a habit here, boys. There we go. Bouncing back there from that little bit of a losing skid. Beating the Leafs. We got all the points, well, all but 1 point possible against the Toronto Maple Leafs. We have clinched first place in the division, I think that said. But the shootout win, we got 2 points. The shootout loss, we got a point. And then that win. So we got 5 of a possible 6 points from the Leafs. They did, however, get 2 points off of us, or 3 points off of us. So we kind of split the difference there. Let's go check out the final, or well, close to the final standings. Kachuk up there at an 81. Yeah, the Lightning 8 points behind us. The Leafs 10 points behind us. So like I said, guys, they did kind of pull closer, like a lot closer. They must have gone on an insane run. And the only thing that slowed them down was really us. And also, the Buffalo Sabres are 44, 35, and 0. They have not lost a single game in overtime. So when they go to overtime, they win. And when they lose, it's only in regulation. What? That's crazy. Anyway, let's simulate these last 4 games because we're not really in danger of losing our spot here at the top because the Tampa Bay Lightning can't catch us. So let's end the season on a high note. There's 2, 3, 4 straight wins. 7-1, 3-1, 7-0, 4-1, 5-0 before that. What a way to end the season. 120 points there, guys. Clearly the best team in the league. Best team in the division by 10 points. Best team in the league by 10 points. Best team in the East by 10 points. We would have destroyed any of the West teams by 19 points. This damn division, though. But guess what, boys? We have to take on the Islanders and not the Lightning or Leafs in round number 1. And that makes me happy because that's like the first time we've had to do that in ever. I don't know if we've ever gotten through this series without facing the Lightning or the Leafs in round number 1. But let's go ahead and take a season recap. Brady Tkachuk led the way in points with 87, and Colin White did too. Wow, they finished with the same exact goals and assists. I'll give it to Brady Tkachuk. He shot less and he was a better plus-minus. Stützle here with 78 and 82 is good. Forsberg hit 30 goals, which is nice. Worrell, 34 goals, which is good, but 64 points. I would have liked to see a little bit more, especially with how much he shoots. Kerfoot had a good season with 63. Pelletier finished with 50 and 82 on that third line, which is nutty. Mikhail Grigorenko played 83 games this season. He put up 12 points in 21 games for us, plus 15 though. So that's an insane turnaround for him. 5 goals as well. His shooting percentage dropped a bit, but I'm sure it would have picked up had we played more games. Charlie Coyle here played 82 games, 21 games for us, 9 points, and he was playing on the 4th line. So that's exactly what I want to see. 15% shooting percentage. Logan Brown there with 26. Frederick Markstrom with 14 and 33 is really good. And same thing with Action getting 12 and 43 as well. Very, very good season for those guys. Ryan Ellis led the team in points with 62, plus 50. Brandstrom with 51, a plus 42, so that pairing is nutty. Torrey Krug with a plus 46, had 46 points, 14 points in 21 games for us, a plus 13, completely turned around his plus minus this on the season after leaving St. Louis, getting 14 points in 21 games. He's on a very, very good pace there. I'm not going to do the math. Shabbat, 43 points. I mean, guys, we had 4 defensemen get 41 points or more. Hayden Fleury with 27. Reese Chichu with 19 was a plus 12. And Jeremy Roy was a minus 4, but that's why he got scratched. Anyway, goaltending-wise, what a season. Hold on. What a season from John Gibson. I'm putting my faith in him. A 919 and a 230. Gregory Cutler played 20 games, so maybe John Gibson just, a lighter load for John Gibson. Maybe that's what we needed. Gregory Cutler, 83 overall, 900 and 295 is not bad at all. 900 is not great, but I'm not too upset with it. But 919 and a 230, boys. What a season from Gibson, and that's probably part of the reason that we are as good as we are. Taking a look here, Jake Wesley is really good, medium elite power forward, drafted in year number 3, first overall. Looks very, very good. Wow, a lot of players in the 100-point mark. Capo Caco, Wesley, and Zibanejad are probably on the line. Then Hughes, Alexander Holtz. Also a line combo, Landon McCammond, who we know is going to be good. Monahan, McKinnon, Eichel, all having very good seasons. There's Matthews, Kucherov, Sammy Blaze was up there on the Canucks. Then we got Wesley with 63 goals. Jake Wesley hit 63 goals after his 54-goal season last season. This guy is something to be scared of. McKinnon hit 57. McCammond hit 51. Ronald Rizzi hit 50. So those are your 50 goal scorers. Taking a look at that defenseman, Cal McCarr was point per game with 83. We know we had Ryan Ellis and Brandstrom. Where was actually Ellis? I just completely skipped over him, didn't I? There he is. So he's in the top 5 there. Love to see that. Highest plus minus. He's beautiful on that second pairing. And then in goal, we know it's got to be Gibson for Vezina, right? If somebody had a better season than him, I'd be shocked. No chance. Nobody even came close. Vladimir Kulikov, who's really good. It was the closest. 262, though. What a freaking season from John Gibson, boys. What a season. That is going to cap off this video beautifully. And we are, like I said, going to be taking on the New York Islanders in the playoffs, finally getting to avoid Toronto, Tampa in round 1. We'll see how they do up against each other. But guys, that's all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.